Hello. Today we're going to walk through how to add adjustments to your 850 sales and use tax return in TAP. We'll start by going to our webpage at tax.idaho.gov and then clicking on the TAP icon in the center lower portion of the screen. From there, we'll log in as normal. None of this has changed. And then we'll get to our sales and use tax portion of our returns. We'll just click where it says View or File Return. And then just like normal, we'll pick the period that we want to file the return for. In this case, it's going to be the September return. And here we have our sales and use tax 850 form, just like normal. Everything pretty much remains the same here, except when you go through the form and you add your adjustments, if any, you may end up with a different screen. Currently, you only have the option to deliver documentation to us after submitting your sales and use tax 850 return. Now, to improve efficiency, we've added the ability for you to attach documents when filing your return in TAP. Now, these documents will apply to any adjustment amount added in line 7. Now, there are 3 scenarios pertaining to adding documentation in your 850 return. For scenario 1, any line 7 adjustment amount that reduces the tax due by $100 or more, the 850 form will require an explanation and documentation to be attached and submitted. For scenario 2, any line 7 adjustment amount that reduces the tax due by $1 through $99, so we're talking minus 10, minus 50, minus 99, that sort of thing, the 850 form will require an explanation only. Now, you're free to attach and submit documentation, but it's not required. And then the third scenario is if your line 7 amount is 0. If this is the case, there is no explanation or attachment required. To attach the documentation, you'll select what type of adjustment it is, and your options there are bad debt, bookkeeping adjustments, other, sales tax paid in error, sales tax that was refunded to the buyer, or use tax that was paid in error. Now, please note, there is a 52 megabyte maximum file size for each type. You'll select the type, and then you'll choose your documentation file. Now, the file extensions that are allowed are actually on the screen, but just to read them out, there'll be PNGs, JPEGs, .docs, text files, .rtf files, PDFs, Excel files, TIFFs, and CSVs. But once you've selected the type and you've selected the file, you'll just click OK. Once we've clicked OK, we'll select Next to bring up the review screen. Now, you can still make changes at this point. You'll just go to Previous, remove files, etc. Now, when you've reviewed it and you're ready, you'll select Submit. Now, please note, once you've selected Submit, you'll no longer be able to make changes to that return. So make sure it's accurate before you do that. But once you've selected Submit, you have filed your return. Thanks for watching.